Hello everyone. I am so happy to see you again. It's pouring rain outside, so I think today would be a very good day to hang out in the kitchen and make freezer meals with you. I selected 5 recipes that I think will be great for summertime. And the first thing I need to do is chop up some onions, or rather dice some onions, because I'm going to need them for a couple of the recipes. Also, I will need some chopped pitted black olives as a garnish for one of the freezer meals. The first freezer meal we are going to make is called Rotini Ranchero. We are going to make that right here in the Instant Pot. But it is the only recipe today that will require the Instant Pot. This Rotini Ranchero recipe comes from the Step-by-Step Instant Pot cookbook by Jeffrey Eisner. I will link this book in the description below. It has a lot of great recipes. So we need to saute the onions, add a little olive oil, or in my case, avocado oil. Add the equivalent of 1 medium onion. And saute just until the onion has softened. That will take 2 to 3 minutes. My onions have softened, so now I'm going to add 1 pound of ground beef. And then break it up. And saute the beef just until it lightly browns. Again, 2 to 3 minutes. Our beef has lightly browned. Now I'm going to add 3 cups or 709 mils of beef stock. And 2 tablespoons or 1 packet of taco seasoning. This is my own taco seasoning. In it goes. Stir. Then add 16 ounces or 453 grams of your favorite salsa. I'm using this picante sauce, medium heat. Stir that in. It smells wonderful already. Then we have to add 1 pound or 454 grams of rotini. This is what rotini looks like. Little twists or little spirals. The directions say, do not stir, just push the pasta into the liquid. Then all we have to do is secure the lid, cancel saute, and hit pressure cook for 5 minutes. And you want to make sure that the steam valve is in the off position. 5 minutes is up. So now, quick pressure release. I like to throw a cloth over the pressure release valve so that I don't have steam going everywhere. Now we can stir in 7 or 8 ounces or about 198 grams of canned, diced green chilies. You want to stir gently so you don't crush the pasta. 2 cups or thereabouts of Mexican blend shredded cheese, the equivalent of a half cup of crumbled queso fresco. If you've never had queso fresco, you must. It's one of my favorite cheeses. Actually, the recipe calls for cotija cheese, but my supermarket does not carry that. So this is a cheesy good Rotini Ranchero. And finally, we need 10 ounces or about 340 grams of corn. Of course, the corn will heat up very quickly in this hot mixture. And our first freezer meal is complete. I want to dish some of this up and have a taste. So I have garnished this with some rounds of jalapeno and the chopped black olives. We can enjoy some of this Rotini Ranchero for lunch. And of course, I will freeze the remainder. I need a fork. This is lovely. It's spicy, but it's not hot spicy. It's creamy and cheesy and very satisfying. The recipe doesn't call for it, but I think this dish would be even nicer with a shower of cilantro. I'm going to freeze, I think, double portions of this Rotini Ranchero in these Pyrex containers. I will not put the lids on until this casserole has cooled completely. I can link these containers in the description below if you are interested. I will set these aside to cool. Meantime, we can move on to the next recipe. Next, we are going to make 3 chicken marinades. I'm doing pineapple chicken, honey mustard chicken, and Asian sesame garlic chicken. And we're going to start with the Asian sesame garlic chicken. So I have some Ziploc bags, gallon size. I like to tuck them inside of large vases just to hold them in place. And then I fold the top over the edge of each vase. You could use chicken breasts or chicken thighs for any of these recipes. I'm going to do a mixture. Now, I will post links to all of these recipes in the description below. But I will say that the marinated chicken freezer meals are amongst my favorite freezer meals. Super easy to do, super delicious to eat. I bought this chicken at my local farm store. It's from Free Range Chicken. So I have 3 thighs in each bag. I'm adding 4. So 2 thighs each for 1 person. So I have 4 thighs in each of these bags. Both the Asian chicken and the honey mustard marinades require lemon juice, so I'm going to go ahead and prepare my lemons. I need olive oil or avocado oil, a 1/4 cup of low sodium soy sauce, about 3 tablespoons of rice vinegar, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of sesame oil, which I think is one of the best ingredients on earth. 2 teaspoons of garlic chili paste, and a teaspoon of either fresh or ground ginger. Mixing is very easy to do. I simply seal each bag as I express some of the air, and then massage the chicken and mix the ingredients. Now, the chicken will not marinate when it's frozen, so what I do is freeze the works, and then 2 days before I wish to serve one of the chicken marinade meals, I simply take the chicken out of the freezer, tuck it into the refrigerator, and as the chicken thaws, it becomes marinated. And I like to serve really any of these marinades with rice and either roasted broccoli or cauliflower. So it's a very easy meal to put together. And to cook this chicken, you pour the contents of the bag into a baking dish, and you bake it at 425 degrees Fahrenheit or 220 degrees Celsius for 20 to 25 minutes. That's it. It's a very fast meal. The next marinade is honey mustard. For the honey mustard chicken, I'm going to use chicken cutlets and chicken thighs. I decided that I should do 3 packages of the honey mustard chicken. And I do label my bags before I fill them. If you have a lot of vases in your house, well, now you have an extra use for them. I'm going to eyeball these ingredients. So I need oil, lemon juice, honey, Dijon mustard, 3 garlic cloves, or the equivalent in garlic paste, a nice pinch of salt, and grinds of black pepper. Mix and massage. This looks good already. Just imagine it after it's cooked. Onto the pineapple chicken. This marinade sounds so delicious. I'm going to make a lot of it. I put too many chicken cutlets in the first bag, so this is where these tweezer type tongs come in very handy. This way I don't have to touch the chicken. And here again, I'm using both chicken cutlets and chicken thighs. And of course, all of these are boneless and skin off. Pineapple juice, a half cup or about 6 ounces or so. Soy sauce, 3 tablespoons. And I am using reduced sodium soy sauce. Oil, about 2 tablespoons. Onion powder, about a teaspoon. A teaspoon or so of ground ginger. A pinch of salt. And black pepper. As before, seal the bag as you express some of the air and massage and mix. Yeah, these kind of dinners are so convenient to have really any time of the year, but I particularly enjoy them during the summer months. And it's really hot outside, and although I don't mind turning on my oven, I would prefer to not have to chop and slice and dice and all of that. So it's great to have these freezer dinners just ready to go into the oven. And I would not hesitate to serve this marinated chicken to guests. I will be trying these marinades in future videos. So be sure to subscribe and to tap the little bell icon to receive notifications so you will not miss those episodes. Spoiler alert, all 3 of these marinades were fantastic. I served them with rice and a roasted vegetable. So from 4 recipes, we have calculated about 21 meals. And I like to freeze, well, I will have to use 2 baking sheets here, but I like to freeze the marinades flat so that they take up less room in the freezer. And into the freezer these go. For the 5th recipe, I'm going to make something called Cheeseburger Casserole. This is not the kind of casserole that I would normally make, but I'm willing to give it a try. The recipe comes from a website called Delish. My oven is preheating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. We are going to use ground turkey instead of ground beef. And we need to head over to the cooktop. So in a large skillet over medium heat, I'm adding a glug of oil. This is avocado oil. And then we need to saute the equivalent of 1 large diced onion. When the onions have softened slightly, add 2 pounds of ground turkey, or ground beef, or ground chicken. Season the meat with salt and pepper. And then break up the meat as it cooks. My turkey is fully cooked, so now we add 2 tablespoons or so of tomato paste. I love tomato paste, so I'm going to add 3. I'm going to add even more of the paste. Now we can add 1/3 cup of water, 3 tablespoons of pickle relish, this stuff smells wonderful, 2 tablespoons of Worcester sauce, and 1 tablespoon of yellow mustard. We want to stir this thoroughly. I think I want even more of that pickle relish. I think this is one of those recipes that you can adapt to suit your own taste buds. And we can take this off the heat. The recipe says to transfer the hamburger mixture into a small rectangular baking dish. How small? How narrow? She doesn't say. I used my 7-inch by 12-inch baking dish. It worked out perfectly for this cheeseburger casserole. Well, this dish seemed to work out just fine. Then we sprinkle this mixture with 3 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. And hold on to your hats, kids, because the next ingredient is something I never buy. It's crescent roll dough, which you can buy in any supermarket. I think this is even available in the UK. Well, I guess I selected the right size baking dish because this crescent roll dough just fit. Then we need 1 egg that we are going to beat. And we need to brush the egg all over the crescent roll dough. Of course, the egg will help the dough to brown in the oven. Then sprinkle the top with sesame seeds. I guess the sesame seeds are to give us the illusion that we have a hamburger bun on top of this casserole. Now this goes into the preheated oven until the pastry browns, and that is going to take about 25 minutes. And here is our casserole. It certainly looks pretty. Now, while we wait for the casserole to cool, I'm going to make this special sauce that was included with the recipe. 1/3 cup of mayonnaise. I'm just going to eyeball the measurements. 2 tablespoons of regular ketchup. 1 tablespoon of yellow mustard, 2 tablespoons of pickle relish. Might as well finish off this jar. 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, the same amount in garlic powder, and the same amount of paprika. Then we just stir. Now, the recipe says to drizzle the casserole, ooh, this is hot, drizzle the casserole with the special sauce and then top it with shredded lettuce and tomato slices and pickles and, well, whatever you would put on a hamburger. I don't have any shredded lettuce, but I do have some arugula that my friend Victoria grew and very thoughtfully brought me a huge bunch from her garden. My plan is to cut this casserole into individual serving pieces and then freeze those pieces. And this sauce, of course, can go into the refrigerator. It has a lot of vinegar in it, so this will keep for a long time under refrigeration. But I want to try one square of the casserole with you. Little special sauce over the top, although it almost seems a shame to cover up this beautiful crust. Some arugula leaves, also known as rocket, and pickled onions. These are the onions that you and I pickled together in a previous episode. They are so crunchy and delicious. Now, I have to tell you the truth, I was not expecting much from this casserole. It's really not the kind of thing that I typically make. It's hot, and it's really delicious. Hallelujah. I think this casserole is very, very good, especially for a casual summertime dinner. So as soon as this cheeseburger casserole cools, I will cut it up and freeze the individual portions. For now, let me show you everything we made today. Pineapple chicken, Asian sesame garlic chicken, honey mustard chicken, Rotini Ranchero, and this very attractive cheeseburger casserole. Lisette and I calculated that out of these 5 recipes, we achieved 46 servings, and we did it all within a matter of about 2 hours. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. I can put a couple of my other freezer meal videos at the end of this one that you can enjoy between now and my next upload. Until then, please treat yourself well. Please try some of these freezer meals, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye, friends.